What's going on, Eagles family? Hope everyone's having a good Thursday night. Thank you all for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I, of course, am your host, Jimmy Smith. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. I was just watching a little bit of Sixers action, up by 17 as I last saw. So looking good tonight. That's nice. But wanted to hop on, talk a little bit more about some more of the coaching news. We've talked about how things were going to get wild. Well, they sure as hell are, because the Eagles are interviewing anyone and everyone, asking permission to interview a bunch of names that honestly we did not see coming. So it's very interesting. I know a lot of people are pissed off about a lot of the names that come out, but let's be real. They're kicking the tires on everybody, and I'm all about it. Let's find the best candidate and let's roll. One of the problems is you waited so long to part ways with Doug Peterson that now you have to wait until the playoffs are over to interview anybody that's on any of the staffs in the playoffs. So no Eric Bieniemy. I know Mike Kafka is a name out there. So that's why you're not seeing these guys interviewed right now. I know a lot of people are wondering why. So look, I'm all about it. Eric Bieniemy, sign me up. Let's get this guy in here. Let's see what he's got, what his game plan is. You've heard me talk about it for the last couple months. If Doug Peterson was going to go, this would be the year to do it, because there are quite the amount of names out there that I am intrigued by. So that's one of them right there, a guy that deserves his shot. We all know that John Dorsey was brought in here in the front office. Not sure what his role is going to be this year, but hopefully a lot more player personnel than Howie Roseman. But we all know the relationship at the Chiefs there. That would be great. I know Mike Kafka is a name that keeps being brought up, but I'm good on that, just like I was when we got Doug Peterson. I'm good. I don't want Mike Kafka. Sorry, dude. Doing a great job as a quarterback coach over there with the Chiefs, but I'll pass. I'll be real with you. Now, we did actually have Robert Saleh in last night. That's a name that everybody's pretty pumped about, a defensive-minded guy that just seems to bring that energy that we all bring on Sundays. So I really think that he would be a great fit as well. It really depends on who his offensive coordinator is going to be. Any staff that he's going to bring in, we're going to be intrigued by. So sure, it starts with the head coach, but the rest of the dominoes that fall will be intriguing to see. But this guy, hell yeah. I know we say we want offensive-minded, but just because he's defensive-minded doesn't mean he can't bring in an offensive coordinator that can beat some ass. So all about it, baby. I like that. He left today, I guess, and he will be interviewing with the Chargers now. I know that he already had 2 interviews with the Jets, so he left without a contract. That's intriguing to me. I know we've got a lot of names that we wanted to go through. One of the names we talked about and was actually brought in today, Derek Gunn, dropped the news on that. Arthur Smith, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, was brought in today for an interview. So we're going to find out if this guy has got what it takes. We saw what he's done with Tannehill. That offense knows how to run the ball, which we all beg for every damn week. So, hey, another intriguing piece right there. But you've heard a million names. Deuce Staley is supposed to formally get his interview. That's awesome. One of the names they did actually request, not just a rumor. Todd Bowles, that's another one out there. Brian Dable is somebody that they have not requested necessarily, but they are interested in. Probably see some moves there. Talked about Lincoln Riley, another name on the list there. And actually today, not just a rumor, they said that Jerod Mayo, which was reported yesterday, he will actually have his interview on Friday. That's one of those very surprising. Jerod Mayo, he was the inside linebackers coach for the last 2 years for the Patriots. Before that, we all know he was a player for the Patriots. So, him as a head coach. Some of these hires, you never know. You never know we're going to get these Patriots linebackers going and getting jobs. I'm all for kicking the tires on everyone. Not such a huge fan of that. But like I said, you never know. Maybe he brings a good offensive coordinator. I don't know. I think that they want to pick somebody that hasn't been a head coach before, somebody they can dig their claws into and have their way, still do their front office stuff while this person's, finding their wings as a head coach. So we'll see. Another intriguing name I thought myself would be Jim Caldwell. I think the guy deserves a shot. The things he's done throughout his career, we all know, working with the Colts and, most recently with the Dolphins. Maybe not such a great job there with the team they had, but look, he's a great coach, and I think it wouldn't be a bad thing to kick the tires on him. I mean, if you're going to kick the tires on guys like Ryan Day, which we all remember back in 2015 is the damn quarterbacks coach with Chip Kelly, if you're going to be interviewing him, you better be interviewing all kinds of people. So Ryan Day, not a huge fan of that. We saw what he's done with Ohio State. They just got their ass kicked in the national championship game, but he's only lost like 2 games. So look, he's got a good program there, whatever. I don't think that's the move to make. But we did have also an interview with Joe Brady. It's somebody that we've talked about, a little excitement there. 31 years old, offensive minded, kind of seems like the guy that they've been talking about. He's, like I said, 31. That's a perfect mold for what they can do to let a guy grow his wings where they control the front office and make the team how they want, which isn't necessarily what we all want to see. And if it is going to be like that, we better pray that John Dorsey is in control of a lot of the player personnel rather than Howie Roseman when it comes to drafting and things like that. Dear God. I like Moore because he's already dealt with. Now that's the name I'm going to get to here next. And look, I know a lot of people were upset about this, but today Kellen Moore was brought in, and look, yeah, I get it. He's a Cowboy. So, look, Cowboys suck. We all know that. Cowboys definitely suck. But this guy has got that offense rolling. Sure, people want to say this year that, the Cowboys suck. Yeah, Dak Prescott was out. They had to definitely change the game with the quarterbacks, DiNucci and Dalton. I'm not trying to give them credit here or him, but, I remember him at Boise State. It's funny. I feel old now. But he got a job as the quarterback coach once he retired from the Cowboys as a backup. I think that, he's definitely a bright mind, a young guy that is another one of those intriguing minds to bring in. And wouldn't you rather see us steal a guy like that rather than, if he is something special, growing to be something special for the Cowboys? He signed a 3-year extension. Wouldn't that be hilarious if we stole him from them? Now, that's not my pick. That's not who I really want. But hey, that would be intriguing, very intriguing. He's dealt with Jones, so he can handle Lurie and Howie. That's hilarious. I think, you got to kick the tires on everyone. And we might be surprised by this pick. A lot of people were surprised with Doug Peterson. That was a move I liked, but there's a lot of great names out here. So if you pick somebody like Kellen Moore, I'm not so sure the fans are going to be so happy about it. But yeah, Kellen Moore was named. They asked today if they requested permission if they could interview him. So we'll see what goes down there. Not the choice for me, but hey, we'll see. And then some other news that unfortunately happened for us. We talk about all these other coaches, Arthur Smith being brought in today, the new name, Kellen Moore. Robert Saleh left, went to interview with the Chargers, talked about that. So not much huge news today. But when it comes to coaching change, unfortunately, looks like it's coming our way. But it's not a definite thing as of yet from what I'm seeing. But Jeff Stoutland looks like he's going to be heading back to Alabama with Nick Saban. Shoot me in the face. Jeff Stoutland's the best offensive line coach in the game. We just set the record with 14 different 13 different offensive lines. Yeah, in fucking 16 games. That's horrible. That's horrible, guys. That's terrible. Jeff Stoutland got it done. It's sad, though, when you lose guys like Doug Peterson, you're probably going to lose a lot. I'm not sure what's going to happen to Deuce Staley with this new staff. If he's not a guy that, is considered as a candidate and brought up as the head coach, is he even still here? And I think he deserves a shot to do something else than what the hell he's been doing. Sure, this year he got to be the assistant head coach, whatever. But running back coach, I think he can do a lot more than that. And everybody, he sucks. You can't be a head coach. It's like, how do you know that? You don't. I mean, he hasn't even been given a chance to run the damn offense. So I'd be intrigued to see what he could do. But we'll see. We'll see when they give him his interview. But Jeff Stoutland being gone, that sucks. Somebody brought up a great point today. I can't remember who it was. Chris Franklin, that's who it was. Works at NJ.com and does the podcast there with Mike Kay. He had said something about Robert Saleh working with Jeff Stoutland before, Jeff Stoutland helping him. And I think that's a pretty cool little nugget there, but maybe Jeff Stoutland would stay if we were to hire Robert Saleh. That right there is enough for me. Jeff Stoutland he's a great offensive line coach. That would suck to see him gone, but the Kyle Flood, apparently the offensive line coach, is leaving in Alabama. So it looks that he wants to go back somewhere where he's comfortable with, probably feels more like home and less chaos and BS that he has to deal with here in Philadelphia. So sucks, but it is what it is at this point, guys. This is what we brought upon ourselves. Damn you, Eagles. Damn you, Eagles to hell. Now, we did sign a couple more people to reserve futures contracts, so pretty exciting news there. But Aaron Sispis, I think his name is, Sippus. What a name that is. Great punter name. And then Khalil Tate, you guys all remember Khalil Tate from last year. The quarterback converted wide receiver when we had 17 different wide receivers in the offseason. That wasn't really even an offseason. So never really got much of a chance. Be intrigued to see what he does this offseason. Another camp body, but a punter to come in. Now let's find ourselves a kicker. Jake Elliott, you have sucked. You're killing us with that damn contract. It's unfortunate, but a lot of changes are coming, and this new staff is going to want a lot of different things, and we all wanted a lot of different things. So we're getting what we wanted. You got to be careful what you ask for, though. Kind of sucks to see some of these people you like Jeff Stoutland, go. See what happens with Deuce. I love Doug Peterson, but we knew the change was needed. Howie Roseman, I think, got away with a lot there. But now we play the game of who will the next Eagles coach be. And, when looking at it here, I made this nice little graphic here. I'm going to toss it up for you. Let's take this down just so we're not covering up any faces, because we had to slap these bad boys in here. Then I had to resize it just to make the size for this video rather than just on Twitter. So I'm like, son of a bitch. So we've got them all in here, dude. A bunch of the names we mentioned here. Graham Harrell's in there. Pep Hamilton, actually. Greg Roman, James Urban are some names we didn't mention today yet, but those are the names we've talked about the last couple of days. You see Todd Bowles in there. I know everyone's pumped about that. You guys remember him back in 2012, taking over for Juan Castillo. But yeah, these are all the guys that are pretty much top of the list here. I've heard Byron Leftwich. I've heard plenty of different names too, but figured I'd throw this insane graphic together and just show you how many damn candidates there are right now. I'll be real with you. Eric Bieniemy, Joe Brady, Robert Saleh, Lincoln Riley down there. Oh, man. Brian Daboll even. Arthur Smith's intriguing. Deuce, wouldn't be mad at it. There's a lot of intriguing names. Talk about Jim Caldwell. I know Graham Harrell was somebody they were very intrigued in as offensive coordinator for this team. So we'll see about that. That same goes for Kellen Moore. They wanted him to be the offensive coordinator last year, I think it was. So I'm not surprised by these names, but they're doing their due diligence, trying to find out who's going to be the coach of this team, hopefully for a long time in the future. We know a couple of these guys are good leaders, Deuce Staley in particular, but who's the staff they're going to bring with them? What's their game plan for this team? So hopefully they got the right guys in the meeting other than just Jeffrey Lurie and Howie Roseman. And we're figuring out what needs to be done for this team. But holy hell, is that quite the amount of candidates, and there's more than just that. So these are a lot of the names that have been linked to the Eagles. So just thought I'd toss all those in there. I'm sure there's more you guys can think of. But, it's wild. Let me know what you guys think, what your ideas are for what this team is going to look like next year. Brady's the guy that Jeffrey likes here. Look, Joe Brady is somebody I'm very intrigued by, offensive-minded dude. I think that, he did great things in LSU, working at the Saints with Sean Payton and Drew Brees. That's got to be good for you. I really think, work with the Panthers, didn't get to see him with Christian McCaffrey. I'm sure he would have enjoyed that. But I think, that would be a very intriguing pick, like we talked about. I think the Eagles want somebody they can control, and that would be a younger guy that hasn't been, necessarily a coach before at this level. And, they would want to know who their staff's going to be, what they're bringing in here. But hell yeah, man, this is exciting times. I'm not saying I'm 100% all pumped about what's going down, how it went down, who was let go and who wasn't. But I'm excited for just change. And I want to see who the coach is, and hopefully they make the right choice here. And we can all be excited for the future of the Eagles. Hopefully we have a good draft and things all turn out for the better, because these last few years have sucked. Let's be real. So let's hope these new coaches bring in a new medical staff and figure out how to practice or whatever it needs to do, whatever people need to do to stop getting hurt and this BS we deal with every single year. So it's been rough, but we'll hopefully get through it with this new regime, and we'll see where we go from here. But I'll keep you guys updated. It seems like every day we're adding a new name to the list. Eagles are asking for, permission to interview these guys. So exciting times. I will keep you up to date as much as I can. You guys know you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. Always here to help, whether it be about the Eagles or anything. I love talking to you guys that do reach out. Whatever questions, whether it's the validity of someone's post or whatever it is, always try to do what I can for you guys. If you watch this later and, you have a comment, you have a question, always try to get back to you. Always try to make sure that I'm keeping up with my Eagles family. So hope you guys are having a great night. I'm going to get back to the Sixers game. Got some things to do tonight, but I will be back tomorrow with whatever news we have. hope to talk to you guys. If you need anything, I mean it. These are crazy times right now. Just got done talking to a good buddy for a little while, and it's a good talk. So I mean it when I say that. And I know when I say this in the videos, a lot of times people do. So that's why I say it, because I mean it. I know people are going through things, and I'm not trying to preach or say I know more than anybody, but don't go through this alone. Life is tough, man, and I don't want to see you guys struggling out there. I love all of you. Hope you're having a good night. And as always, go on!